Welcome to day 4 of ConExpo. We still have so much news from the show floor to bring to you. Let's get to it. So now we are joined by Alex Gajewski, who is Director of Retail Enablement at Caterpillar. Alex, thank you so much for being here.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So Caterpillar has taken over the West Hall. Tell me why you guys are committed to bringing that smaller compact equipment in a big way.
Yeah, thanks, Jess. I appreciate the opportunity to be here and share a little bit about what we're doing in the compact space.
Yeah.
It's a part of a broader enterprise strategy that starts with solving our customers' toughest challenges. And that customer, the challenge that we're solving for in the form of equipment, solutions, and technology, as well as the ability to easily and conveniently get those solutions to the job site, improve their operations, and grow together. So the West Hall is the representation of what a customer can expect in the smaller product portfolio, including CTLs, wheel loaders, excavators, as a commitment and investment to expand that portfolio, but also deliver that in a way that they prefer, whether that be online, rental solutions. They have aftermarket commitments that we're demonstrating there to ensure that a small contractor can access all of the capability and the trusted expertise that we deliver to our larger contractors or more sophisticated operations.
So what kind of customers are you seeing come through the West Hall this week, and what has the response been?
Yeah, I think it starts from customers that may be just thinking about buying equipment or even starting out in business. We have a great solution for them that starts online, and it's the catrentals.com. We also have our shop.cat.com solution, so you can look at how do I get into a 255, which is one of our great performing CTLs that provides really a Swiss Army knife for the job site. I can look at a weekly rate, I can look at purchasing, I can fit that to a customer that's just looking, all the way into a customer that has a fleet of over 100. We're going to be able to deliver that convenience to that broad range of customers, and we're seeing them come through the booth quite regularly. We've got a lot of great products in the booth that we're showcasing, but we're also highlighting that technology that is on board the tractor, but also off board with our Cat AI assistant can help a customer that has one machine or a customer that has 100. And we're talking to them very regularly, and we recognize, or for those of you that are joining us at the show, come on down and see us because we'd love to talk to you about it.
So we talked yesterday about the Cat rentals and the refresh on that. So can you tell me a little bit more about the Cat Compact and what people can see at those branches?
Sure. Cat Compact and Cat Rentals is, again, a unprecedented commitment to a small contractor and ensuring that they can get the reliability, the performance, the technology, all of the DNA of what you can expect from Caterpillar in a one-stop shop that's either in an online experience or in the physical storefront. The West Hall is a representation of that. It's truly an ability to be able to deliver an equipment solution and a total package that improves their operations, no matter how big or how small those operations are. And Cat Compact is a brand that represents that DNA is available to any operator.
Mm-hmm. So of course the heart and soul of every ConExpo is the brand new equipment. People
Sure.
love to see the new equipment.
Yep.
Tell me about some of the new equipment in the West Hall.
Of course, so we're displaying a stand-up loader or a TUL 100, and those are a brand new machine that'll be available in the 2027 timeframe. We also have a new 1-ton machine and a 253, and that 253 takes the lineage and the heritage of our compact track loader product line, changes the undercarriage design slightly, and ensures that a customer's got the option of a fixed undercarriage or a suspended undercarriage to best match their needs. And again, it starts with our tailored approach and being able to solve for the customer's toughest challenges through products, but also the services and solutions that we offer.
Amazing. Well, I love the commitment to the smaller contractor. You think you can get lost in this show with all the big equipment, so I love the commitment to the smaller contractor. Make sure if you're here at ConExpo this week, you stop by and see them in the West Hall. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Jess. Enjoyed it.
Thanks. One of the highlights of this year's ConExpo was the Groundbreaker stage, a new platform designed to bring visionaries together to highlight the latest innovations in the industry. Today, attendees heard from Dave Kranzler, Director of AWS Internet of Things Services at Amazon Web Services. He took the stage to discuss how advances in AI, automation, and connected technologies are transforming construction.
Today we're going to talk about the rise of the machines. Not the Terminators, it's not that kind of show. We're going to talk about the rise of smart machines that are changing the way construction works.
The Groundbreaker stage is brand new this year for leading companies and startups to share their ideas on the latest innovations and technology the industry has to offer. We are here with Paul Moore, who is the Vice President of Product and Service at Komatsu, and we're going to be talking about their attachments and their new articulated truck. So Paul, thank you so much for being here.
You're very welcome.
So tell me a little bit about the HM460 and what were you trying to achieve with this new truck, and what were you hearing from your customers?
The articulated dump truck is a really important sector for us in the North America market. That vehicle operates in really tough conditions. Typically, that truck and a loader, excavator, they're the first to the job site. So work conditions are very tough. And so customers are really looking for that versatility. And from the platform that we already had in the market, we felt the HM460 was a really good opportunity for us to tackle some of the next expectations from customers. Faster speed on the grid, even better traction in really challenging conditions, payload improvements, so they could drive some productivity improvements, and especially for the operators, because they're living in a very challenging environment. Nobody's working on nice hard paved roads like the rigid truck drivers, so from an operator's point of view, really adding to that visibility, comfort, and taking the effort, trying to reduce the effort for those guys that are in those vehicles for 8-10 hours a day in harsh operating conditions. So those were the challenges, and of course sustainable solutions, trying to drive better sustainability in terms of maintenance costs, driving down maintenance, driving down waste in terms of oils and filters, things that get consumed, and all of that was also a target for us as well. So yeah, that's where we were.
Yeah, that's great. And you touched on traction, but I want to go a little bit deeper on that because I know that's a really important factor in articulated hauling. So what is on the HM460 that helps with that traction?
Sure. Well, we have a brand new drivetrain. So from the engine all the way back down through the transmission, even through the axles, the differentials, the final drives, that whole drivetrain has been completely re-engineered. Obviously, the conditions that those vehicles are in means that every wheel has a purpose. It's not just along for the ride, so to speak. Every wheel on every axle needs to work. And so the technology that we've introduced on that machine really allows the operator, based on his needs, to, using the technology, lock in certain axles, lock in all axles, and even then allow all 6 wheels to be driving. So nothing's idling, everything is driving. And so from an uphill or a really muddy, tough conditions, with a full payload, those operators can rely on that technology to help them drive around those obstacles and to be able to keep on track.
So ultimately, a machine is only as good as the operator who's inside the cab.
Sure.
So what has been changed on this machine for the operator experience?
Good question. Well, we want to make their life easier. We want them to be more comfortable. We want them to have less stress on the body and even on their mind in terms of not having to manually do many things. We've also increased the visibility in that cab environment, so increased the space, and there's about 46% more visibility. So if you sit in one of those machines and look around, you've got incredible line of sight in this new cab platform.
So we've talked about the performance of the truck itself, but contractors are always looking for ways to get even more versatility out of their fleets, and that's where attachments come in. So can you tell me a little bit about Komatsu's commitment to attachments and why you're putting so much focus on that area?
Sure. Komatsu has strategically invested in attachment companies for a number of years. Mm-hmm. And we feel like we've got the premium attachment family, Hensley, based out of the US, Montebear for hydraulic breakers and demolition tools based out of France, Lenhoff based out of Germany with fully hydraulic quick couplers, And so we feel that the operator who buys a piece of equipment from Komatsu should also enjoy the investment that we've made in the attachments business. So what we're doing in North America this year, last year and moving forward is really driving better integration of all of our attachments companies into the Komatsu product line. Mm-hmm. They still serve a multitude of different manufacturers where those attachments can be used, not just the Komatsu family of machines, but across the other OEM portfolios. And so that's really important from a flexibility point of view, but we want to focus very specifically and explain to customers how the attachments that we own, the companies that we own, are really designed to be very tightly configured with the Komatsu machines.
Great. So if a customer has one thing to remember from Komatsu at ConExpo this week, what would you want it to be?
We had a fantastic launch this week of multiple products. We've got 7 new products never seen before in North America. If you haven't been to the Komatsu booth yet, please come around, talk to the subject matter experts. We have 6 simulators. We've got a simulator for a demolition. If you want to know what it feels like to tear a building down, come and sit in our demolition simulator and you will feel all of the power of those machines as they tear buildings down. And then if you like forestry, Komatsu has a full line of forestry equipment. We have a forestry simulator on the floor so you can feel what it likes to cut a tree down and delimb a tree, and so yeah, a lot's going on. So please come over if you haven't been over.
Yes, there's still time to visit Komatsu in the West Hall, and thank you so much, Paul, for being here.
Thank you very much. Nice talking to you.
You too.
Thank you.
At ConExpo, you cannot miss the massive equipment, but one of the best parts of the show is the people. Our very own Bethany Chambers took to the streets to ask some very important questions. Bethany?
The vibe of ConExpo in one word.
Incredible. Electric.
Pretty neat. Bunch of big equipment and stuff like that. It's been pretty neat.
The first ConExpo, we actually bought something here. So
Wait, are you going to tell us what you bought?
we bought a screening bucket from, what was it, A&D Equipment. We're going to go buy a root grapple right now. So
Where are you buying your root grapple from?
Jenkins Iron. So
All right. Wow, you're spending some big bucks here in Vegas, and it's not just at the craps table. What's something that stopped you in your tracks when you saw it here?
Robotics, graphics, they put on a cool show. We went by and got to see some of the autonomous machines that they had. They had some cool stuff over there.
Some of the grapples right behind you, or the just like the cranes and loaders that are just unimaginably big.
What powers you up for the show? Coffee, Red Bull, something else?
A lot of coffee. Jet fuel is what I'm looking for.
So what kind of footwear did you wear for ConExpo? 3 million square?
On clouds, some good walking shoes. Yeah, the OCs.
Everybody loves those. You know, I noticed those at the last ConExpo.
My boots all week long. No tennis shoes. 7 miles in boots every day.
Are you crazy?
Yeah, crazy.
If money were no object, what's the one thing that you would buy that you've seen here at the show?
I would say the pull pans, the scrapers that we saw, the MTS pull pans. Those are awesome.
The LR 1400 and the Lee Bear booth. It's only $4 million, you know.
Get us a good skid loader, wouldn't we?
Is there a brand you like the best?
Gotta go Cat or Deere one.
probably a new D6XE. I love yellow iron, and Cat is my, it is definitely my go-to. We bought a new excavator this year, and it was a Cat's.
For the small stuff, I like Bobcat, the medium Caterpillar, I think.
You know what? Caterpillar, man, they're having a great day here on the show floor. That's awesome to hear.
Well, there you have it. That's some very serious insight from the ConExpo show floor. And that's a wrap for day 4. We will see you again for the final day of this record-breaking show.